Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss them over a lemon lime seltzer water bottle. And I'm your boy, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here, as always, by my platinum blonde atomic queen, Kat Halstead, the author. Welcome back, girl. Hey.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
It's not exactly platinum. Unfortunately, the cameras make it look brassier than it is. It's not like this red in person.
Brassy and flashy. Yeah, I just logged into my Google Hangout chat right now, and I was like, whoa, Kat Halstead has a different hair color. What's going on? Just in time for Halloween? I don't know. Is this part of your costume?
No, it's just time to do my roots.
Yeah, the roots. Get down to the root of it. All right. Yeah, so this is I'm guessing it's our final fright. This is our last episode of Here Comes the Booze for
Yes, it should
2020. Till next year.
Unless something else strikes our fancy.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? We did find some older episodes. If you listen to, I think, our last few, we talked about how we previously recorded The Adventures of Pete and Pete way back in 2016, and the Nickelodeon movie, Crybaby Lane. We found the audio. We're working on it. We're going to get it on our Patreon for our adoring Patreon fans. Hey, Heather. Hey, girl. How you doing? And hopefully we get some more subs, right?
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so fingers crossed. All right, so what a month, right? Am I right?
At least we're still alive.
Oh, what a time. What a time for us to still be alive.
We haven't caught the Rona.
Well, you had a scare. You had a Rona scare.
I had a scare.
You were like, I don't know, you were sniffling or something. You're like, I'm going to go get tested.
No, it wasn't even me. It was the boyfriend, but...
Yeah, bringing it home.
I had to get tested so that I could go back to work.
He was out there without a mask on, I'm guessing. What was he doing out there in the streets?
I don't know. He wears his mask even when he goes to buy his stupid... Well, because you have to wear your mask inside. We have a statewide mask mandate.
Speaking of mandates, I still have not found... Dream Man, we'll bleep that out. He's somewhere in the Carolinas right now working on a little Hallmark holiday romp, but I don't know, I got my eyes peeled.
Yes.
Got my eyes peeled for our mandate. Speaking of, that's an important mandate. Am I right, girl? Am I right?
Oh my god, I'm terrified of what would happen if you actually, met him and spoke to him, and yeah, it would be bad.
I'd probably check it out, let's be real. I'd be like, then just, take a pic and run away.
You'd be like, my friend Kat loves you so much. Click, runs away.
I just had this, dream of bumping into him at Total Wines when I'm buying Pumpkin Bear, and he's in town with his 7 dogs. Making content.
No, the dogs are still in LA.
Are you sure? I feel like I've seen pics of the dogs nonstop.
Yeah, but they're all from the house in LA.
Oh, he banks content. He's working on his hot Instagram content all summer long, just like we were banking up our episodes all summer long. Great minds think alike. Enough of Dream Man. Enough of dogs for the moment. What are we doing today? How are we going to end off Here Comes the Booze 2020? How are we doing it? A show that we have talked about numerous times. You went through a hot rewatch. He's a beloved character.
Yes, I went through a hot rewatch.
Oh, yeah.
We love this character.
Oh, yeah.
We love this character for many, many years. And, this is just a different part of his world.
Yeah, he packed up, left Beantown, left the Bean, and went to the Needle Point Tower in Seattle. And he broadcasts his, his little radio show. It's not actually from the Needle Point Tower, right? I'm just making that up.
No, it's not from the Space Tower.
Oh, that'd be great, though. Wouldn't that be fucking great if he was,
Space Needle, whatever it's called.
Frasier Tower. I just picture him, he's just this big media conglomerate of Seattle, and he's risen in the ranks. Where do you think...
Yeah.
We're doing Frasier, by the way. We're doing Frasier. What do you think Frasier Crane would be in 2020? What do you think he's up to today? Do you think he's he has his own podcast?
Oh, he has probably got his own multimedia empire. He's probably got a YouTube show.
Really? You think just a YouTube show?
Oh, yeah.
You think he's just relegated to YouTube?
No. He's got it all, but he's the guest. He's a weekly guest on some talk show. national talk show, you know.
Wendy Williams? Is he on the Wendy Williams show like every week?
No, he's like on good. He's like the kind of guy Good Morning America calls or something.
Oh yeah, when they need some help, when they need some self-help.
Yeah, they'll be like, and now, how is America dealing with the coronavirus? Dr. Frasier Crane is here to help us.
You may know
He's listening.
You may know Dr. Frasier Crane from his popular syndicated radio show that was on in Seattle and the country during most of the 90s, early 2000s, but then he branched off to YouTube and, I don't know, whatever else you just said.
Why are you making fun of... No, you are... You don't realize, like, multimedia, like, the big talk show names, they all have a presence on YouTube.
Oh, do they? Give me 3 names. Drop 3 names right now. Ellen DeGeneres.
Jimmy Fallon, Ellen, Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, yeah. What about Kelly Pickler? Kelly Pickler's radio talk show.
Yeah, Kelly Pickler. And I'm sure Drew Barrymore as well, because she's got her new talk show.
For real? For realsies?
Yes.
This fall?
It is dropped.
Holy shit, I did not know that. What is she out there going, oh my god, this is so exciting.
Oh my god. Sophia is looking at you like you're nuts, by the way.
Because your dog even knows about the Drew Barrymore talk show.
Yes.
Or is it syndicated or is it on like ABC or something? Is it like a hot ABC exclusive?
It's a syndicated one, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's like on my local CBS probably. Probably right after Ellen.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Y&R is on after Ellen in my nook, so I don't fucking know. I don't even care. All right. We selected a Halloween episode of Frasier, season 5, episode 3. I think it's just called Halloween, right? Just Halloween?
Yes, it is.
Good times, good times. This episode originally aired back in 1997, Tuesday, October 28th. It's like literally days before Halloween at this point. Where were you? What were you doing in 1997?
Yeah.
Watching Sunset Beach, maybe?
Yeah, this is fall 1997. This is right after my mom passed. If it was a Tuesday night, I was online talking to you and Steven.
Not watching any of these shows. Actually, I probably watched a lot of these because they all look familiar. Because you ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
You ready to get into this hot night of television? October 28th, 1997. It happened on a Tuesday. I even got UPN data. Whoa, what? Wild nights are calling. Shout out to Van Morrison and friends.
Okay, what do we got this night?
All right, we got a hot night at ABC.
What were 16-year-old Patrick and Kat watching?
We're going to kick off with our friends at the Alphabet ABC, the old Alphabet Soup. They got all kinds of goodies for us, some goodies. All right, things kick off with, remember the show Soul Man, starring Dan Aykroyd?
No.
All right, this was on for 1 year. I believe he lived in the same town as the Taylors.
Wait. Is he a preacher in this?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a Episcopal priest.
Okay.
And he has to deal with his 4 children, his quirky parishioners, and I don't know, just all the other happenings in his town. But he lives in like the same town as the Taylors, I believe, because Brad Taylor's in an episode.
Okay.
And hot scoop, the show also starred Anthony Clark. Do you know that name? You know Anthony Clark?
Yes, but I can't place the face. I know the name.
You know him from Yes, Dear. Yes, yeah, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, just think if
and Boston Commons.
Oh yeah, just think if Soul Man caught on, he would have never been cast on Yes, Dear. Never would have went into the Big Brother house. Ooga.
Oh, that was fun.
Call back to a previous episode. Listen to our Yes, Dear episode. It's probably like episode 122 or something, in which Anthony Clark's character on Yes, Dear goes into the Big Brother house, and this is like what, like season 4-ish of Big Brother.
It was right after season 4.
Yeah, I think like Allison's in it, and
Allison, June, Marcellus, Amy, Dr. Will.
What a time.
Nathan.
They would never get anybody from Big Brother on a sitcom now. CBS would be like, nope, not doing it. Sorry, guys. You're no longer as hot as you were in 2005.
Yeah.
Sorry, but not sorry. All right. You ready for ABC 8:30? This is a wild show. I actually remember this. Do you remember a show called Over the Top?
I know the name. Wait, I feel like we've talked about this recently.
We may have. I don't know. Actually, no, not recently. Maybe like way back when. Maybe a hot while ago. Over the Top starred Tim Curry and Annie Potts. They were like, Tim Curry was like an actor who got fired from a soap opera. So then, I don't know, they moved to like a Manhattan hotel and, I don't know, just getting way over their head. And Annie Potts is his ex-wife, and she actually like owns the hotel.
Okay, this is not what I was thinking it was.
Do you remember this though? Do you remember the show?
No.
Whoa, I remember like
no, not at all.
like Annie Potts back on TV was like a big to do. I remember it might have been like, you know, like TV Guide's fall preview where they have like the full page one is like the main show.
Yeah.
I think this might have been it. I think this might have been like the big attraction.
Maybe.
But it got canceled. It didn't last too long. All right. Any guesses for ABC 9 o'clock? We kind of teased it a few minutes ago.
Home Improvement.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. We're like near the end. The boys are starting to get older. I think JTT's probably geared up to go to, I don't know, like the safari or something for a soulful journey.
It wasn't a soulful journey. He went to go and film I'll Be Home for Christmas, and Tim Allen got pissed.
I meant the character. I meant like the actual character.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's not what he did. He went to go build, like, houses in Panama or something like that, or Brazil or something.
Yeah, shout out to the Van Halen song. That's, you know what, he just was just like in a room with his friends listening to the Van Halen song Panama. All right, ABC 9:30. Any guesses? You're never going to guess it. And this is another one season wonder. I remember the show too. Actually, I'm pretty sure I watched this whole night of television, to be honest with you.
I can't even.
This was a show.
Because Over the Top only lasted 3 episodes.
That's it? You looked it up? Holy shit.
That's it.
Sorry, Annie Potts.
It lasted 3 episodes.
She just had a string of bad TV shows because she was on the Dangerous Minds TV series like the season before, and I think that was only lasted like 3 episodes also.
Yeah.
She was the Michelle Pfeiffer role.
I vaguely remember that, yes.
I think I watched it once or twice. I just wanted to see what the hoopla was all about.
Yeah, I think I did too, and then I was like, yeah, no.
I wanted to see if the Coolio song was going to be the theme song. I don't think it was. I can't remember, to be honest with you. All right, you ready for ABC 9:30?
Flashbacks to middle school dances, thanks. What's on after Home Improvement?
All right, I remember this show. I never watched it, but I remember it. Hiller and Diller.
What?
That's in like a TV blur. Like usually like you're on top of the shit, but you're like, what the fuck's going on Tuesday night at ABC this year? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, what is this shit?
All right, this was a buddy comedy starring Richard Lewis and Kevin Nealon. They're like 2 best friends who were comedy writers, I think, for a show or I don't know. They're comedy writers, but they have like completely different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
They're like kind of like a take on The Odd Couple, but without the name The Odd Couple in the title.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Okay.
All right. You want to know who was also on this show?
Tell me.
Oh, God. Our girl, well, actually not our girl, Allison Mack, the Nexium cult leader, and also played Chloe Sullivan on Smallville. Ooga.
Oh, my.
Yeah, she was just a young buck then, before she, I don't know, branded women, burning fucking logos into their skin.
Psychopath.
All right. Things end off ABC. We get a night of butts. So, yeah, it's NYPD Blue.
Okay.
I looked it up. We're in the Jimmy Smits here, so, you know, you probably got to see Jimmy Smits rare tonight. Him and maybe Dennis Franz were getting out of the shower or something at this precinct.
I'm sure it was only ever Dennis Franz's ass they ever showed.
I don't know. I feel like, we've seen Mark Paul Gossler's butt. I feel like we've seen Caruso's butt, too. We'll get to it. When we finally do NYPD Blue, because it's on like Amazon Prime or something, so one day we'll get to it. We'll do like the butt episode. All right. You ready? You ready for the Tiffany Network? You ready for America's Eyeball?
Yeah, what was on CBS?
All right. Tonight, JAG, Judge Admiral, what does it stand for?
I have no fucking clue.
I was going to say Judge Admiral Judge, but it's a G, so I don't know. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Judge Advocate General.
Oh, advocate. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, guys. Sorry I had to go through that. All right. JAG, it was on for like 40 years. I had a slew of famous people on it over the years. It might still be on. I don't even know, to be honest with you. Or NCIS is like a spinoff.
No, it ended in 2005. Yeah. But NCIS, Los Angeles are spinoffs.
Yeah, they exist in that world. It's like the...
Catherine Bell is now on a Hallmark show playing the Good Witch.
Yep, she's the Good Witch, not to be confused with the Good Wife. All right. Any hot guesses at CBS 9 o'clock?
No, I am completely at a loss for what was on.
All right.
I can't even fathom what it was. Like.
All right, this is exciting. We kind of teased this a few minutes ago. I remember this show. This actually starred David Caruso, Michael Hayes.
What?
This was about a tough and idealistic former New York policeman, and he gets promoted to acting U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York after his boss is nearly wounded or nearly killed. And that doesn't intimidate Michael. No, he isn't afraid to play hardball in cases that could hurt his career. So I think this was like praised as his hot return to TV after his like horrible movie career, and it didn't work out. He kind of had he had a slew of duds before he finally got on
Yeah.
CSI Miami. He had a hot slew of duds. All right.
Yeah.
You ready for CBS 10 o'clock? You're never going to guess this, so I might as well just tell you.
There's nothing that even comes to mind about what it could be. Like, that's just how little I think I watched CBS at this point.
I feel like you only stuck around for the Monday night comedies, but you weren't here for the dramas.
Yeah, I pretty much watched it on Monday night, and that was it.
The Monday night haha night. All right, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I watched Sybil Murphy, and that was it.
You ready for 10 o'clock? Ready for the hot 10 spot? Della Ventura. Do you remember Della Ventura?
What the fuck is that?
This is a show that starred Danny and Ricky Aiello. They are former cops. They're now private eyes, and they help people when the law can't. So it's just one of those, like, looking out for the little guy kind of show.
Was TV really bad this year?
Yeah, I kind of remember 1997 was kind of like it wasn't a good year for new shows, I don't think. I mean, I think the biggest show that year that premiered, and it was like the previous spring, was Buffy. Like, let's be real, right?
And Buffy was on Tuesday nights, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's on tonight. We'll get to it.
Okay,
All right.
Sorry.
It's all right. All right, you ready for Fox? You ready for a hot night at Fox?
Okay.
All right, we'll go to the movies tonight. Fox Night at the Movies with the 1994 cinematic release Wolf. Do you remember that movie?
Not at all.
All right. This starred Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer. Jack Nicholson is, like, bitten by a wolf. And all of a sudden he starts getting like horny and kind of like animal-like. So he begins to think that he's been bitten by a werewolf. I don't think he was, but well, maybe he was. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's like a rom-com. It's not a horror movie. It's like actually like a straight-up rom-com. Like he wants to fuck Michelle Pfeiffer. And James Spader's in it too. Oh god, it's great.
Wait, what?
I can't believe you don't remember Wolf.
Okay, I had to look this up.
Yeah, it kind of like I think
it is a horror romance.
Ushered in the age of these horror romance movies like Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy and Angela Bassett.
I think I've blocked a lot of stuff out for reasons.
All right. Well, guess what? I don't think you blocked out NBC tonight because NBC is coming at us with guns a-blazing. This is like a hot night of NBC. Like I said, I was a hot night of Fox. I lied. You ready? You want to take a guess what 4 sitcoms were on this era?
I honestly can't. I just can't.
All right. Well, tonight.
I know Frasier's on this night apparently, but I just don't know what else.
You don't know what Frasier's neighbors were at the time?
No.
You know what the block party was? All right. You ready? You sitting down for this?
Okay.
We kick things off at 8 o'clock with Mad About You. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Then we head on over to News Radio. Yeah, speaking of the radio stations. Then we spend a half hour with Frasier, our boy Frasier, closing off the night. I think this show actually premiered the previous spring, and I think it did all right enough that they renewed it, but it was on for a while. Just Shoot Me.
Okay, I was watching NBC this night, 100%.
All night long, you're up all night with your popcorn and your Pop-Tarts.
Mad About You? Check. News Radio? Check.
All right, you ready to end the night at NBC? You ready for the closing?
What was on at 10?
All right, Dateline.
Okay.
We got a hot story. I don't know, whatever was going on in the world, like true crime and human interest at the time. We're in 1997, so I don't know. It's probably like, I don't know, maybe they're doing a story on like the Olympic bomber or something.
Yeah, that's actually kind of exactly what I was thinking.
All right, you ready? You ready for UPN? You ready for a hot night at UPN?
What was on UPN?
We got a night of comedies tonight. Things kick off at 8 o'clock. Any guesses? I feel like if you're ever going to guess a UPN show, this is just your go-to.
The Wayans Brothers. Jamie Foxx show.
Those were on WB, girl. Those were WB staples.
Moesha.
Yeah, with Brandy, our gal pal Brandy. The Boy Is Mine, featuring Monica. Before she was fighting Monica in a hallway over a boy, she was on a UPN series that was, I guess it was like very low rated, but it was like the highest rating for UPN. So it got like a 5-year run or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, good times. All right. Following Moesha is a show that was based on a movie that is beloved by us and millions of other people. It started off as a TGIF sitcom, and then it got ushered over to...
Clueless!
Oh, yeah. Yep, Clueless. The second and final season of Clueless, which I think I've maybe seen 1 or 2 episodes of this, if even that.
I feel like they did some cast changes at this point. I think...
Oh, hold on. Someone's chiming in for their hot take on UPN's Clueless. Cat's Landline.
Oh, it had 3 seasons.
Oh, it had 3 seasons? Who fucking knew? All right. Well, that was Clueless, a TV series. It was Not that good. I remember watching the first episode.
Brittany Murphy was on it, but she wasn't the same character.
Yeah, they did kind of weird stunt casting here.
Oh, don't forget that David Lasher played Josh.
Yes, which is kind of weird, kind of odd, right?
David Lasher.
He doesn't seem very Joshy to me. You're all about the Lash life, but he's no Josh to me.
I mean, listen, he's my Ted McGee.
I have a good son scenario for you. It's been a while since we've done a good son scenario. You ready? You got Paul Rudd as Josh, and you got David Lasher as Josh. They're like wrestling over Cher on the side of a cliff while you're out there writing your latest book, The Spirit Board 2.
Which Cher? Is it Alicia Silverstone or Rachel Blanchard?
Hold on, this is like a four-way good son scenario. Alicia Silverstone and Rachel Blanchard, who played I can't talk. Who played Cher and Clueless, were wrestling, and one of them almost fell off the cliff. So then the two Joshes got involved. Now they're fighting, and Kat Helson's nearby writing The Spirit Board too. She's on her little tiny laptop near this beautiful cliffside villa. She looks over and she has enough. She sees the two Joshes roll off the cliff. She has enough arm strength to pull them up. Who do you save? Who do you save in this hot scenario?
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was like, I know that you love David Lasher, but he's not Josh. And I'm like, there's only one Josh. Just one Josh. Shout out to Paul Rudd, who went on to play Ant-Man and millions of other great roles that I can't think of one. This is 40? Is that Paul Rudd?
Yes. This is 40, yes.
Which features Megan Fox, who is actually all right in that movie. A respectable performance by Megan Fox. Oscar-worthy. All right. You ready for UPN 9 o'clock? This is wild. I remember this.
Yeah, what was that? I obviously have no clue.
I never watched it, but I remember reading about it and hearing ads on the radio on the ride to school after, I don't know, like a Puff Daddy song was playing. Hits. HITZ. Do you remember this? Does this sound familiar?
No.
All right. This was an American sitcom that aired on UPN from August 26th until November 11th. The series followed two record industry execs and their boss at Hightower Records in Los Angeles. Starring, any guesses? Any hot guesses? Who was?
I have no guesses.
All right. Andrew Dice Clay. His triumphant return to the limelight here on UPN for, I don't know, like 6 hot weeks. I can't do the math right now. How many weeks is between August 26th and November 11th?
I don't know.
Cat math, pat math.
It's like 7, 8.
Something like that. I mean, there's probably like repeats too, am I real so?
Yeah.
All right, you ready to end the night at UPN? You ready for the grand finale? This is exciting. I've never seen this, but this actually sounds like something I'd watch.
Okay, what is it?
Do you remember a show called Head Over Heels?
Maybe.
This show had Eva LaRue in it, who is, what's her name on All My Children? Is it All My Children? Santos girl?
She was Maria.
Yeah, Maria.
Dr. Maria Santos.
This was about... The show took place at a video dating agency in Miami Beach.
We were just talking a few weeks ago about video dating agencies.
I know. Who knew they were still around in 1997? Like, we were like, these were around in 1994, but they're around in 1997, so Ooga. You know what? Yahoo Personals probably hadn't opened up just yet.
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe if so, there was like 3 people on there, and you didn't have pics, so you didn't see what the person looked like.
Yeah.
So you like showed up to your date, and it was like Hans Moleman.
Well, this is like back when you had to scan a picture into the computer.
Yeah, and scanners were a lot of fucking money back then. They were like $300 for a scanner.
Yeah, and yet we both had them.
Oh, I begged my mom to get me one for my birthday. Like this year, I think. I think this was the year, 1997. I'm pretty sure. Kind of remember it.
Yeah, this is like when we both got printers because we wanted to scan the pictures from the soap mags.
Yeah, we went.
For Sunset Beach and Port Charles websites.
Yeah, we had Sunset Beach and Port Charles websites, and we needed to put our hot pics on there. And I remember our friend Stephen DeFury, my co-host at 102 Bros, he would mail me pictures from magazines, and then I would scan them, and I would put them on a disc and mail it back to him just because it took hours to fucking send those files over email.
Oh my god.
Oh, what a time. What a time to be alive. Shout out to all you old timers, all you Gen X's out there who had to deal with all this crazy stuff. We loved it. I still love it. You know what? I would go back to like dial-up internet in a heartbeat. I don't know why. No idea why.
You'd go back for about 10 minutes and you'd be like, I can't do this. My email hasn't even loaded.
Yeah. You know what?
And then you would pull up a video chat on your phone and call me and be like, Kat, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, I remember the first year that Big Brother was on, you could actually watch the live feeds on AOL with the AOL online correspondent Regina Lewis, and you could chat with her about it. but I had dial-up, so I couldn't watch it. So I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, who cares? I'll just watch the episode. All right. You ready to end the hot night at WB?
There's more? What's on WB?
The only information I can find is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's actually their Halloween episode, the one where they all turn into whatever their Halloween costume was.
Okay.
I think I actually did a blog about it on our Tumblr in like 2017, maybe whatever year we started doing Halloween blogs.
Yeah, I think it was 2017. We had like a bunch like pre-done and they just like posted whenever.
Well, you like got really into it. I was like so far behind. I was like, I give up. Like, you can keep going if you want. We were supposed to like rotate. You would do it on one day and I would do it on the next day.
We were both supposed to do like 15 and I don't think I even did 15. I know I did like a Magnum PI and a Glee episode.
I think I did 2. I think I did Buffy and I think I did like a Garfield special or something. And I was like, this is too hard. All right.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 out of 5 video dated agencies, how many video dated agencies would you give this night of television?
A 2.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 3. You know, it's very middling. There's a few hot spots. Plus, I don't know, I'm excited about some of these other shows that, I don't know, maybe someone's got a VHS out there and they can mail it to us and they'll have to put it onto like YouTube format for us.
Yeah.
All right. You ready? Well, you know what? For all our young millennial listeners out there who might not know what Frasier or who Frasier Crane is, should we do a brief synopsis of the trials and tribulations of Frasier and how he ended up in Seattle?
Frasier Crane is a psychiatrist who had a patient named Diane, and he fell in love with her, and they got engaged, and she took him back to the bar in Boston where she used to work with her ex-fiancé, Sam. She started working there again. Frasier started hanging out there. They were engaged for a while, and then Diane crushed him and left him at the altar in, like, Italy or France or something, somewhere in Europe, and ran off to be with Sam. But Frasier still hung around the goddamn bar every day with Cliff and Norm for a while. And then he met Lilith on a talk show. And they didn't get along, but then she took her hair down and Frasier was like, I must have this woman right here, right now.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually he and Lilith got married. They had a son, Frederick. And then Lilith cheated on him with one of her coworkers and ran off to a biodome to be with him.
Hold on. Was it the Biodome, the Putley Shore Stephen Baldwin movie, Biodome?
No.
That would have been great.
I knew that's where you were going with that too. No, so then Frasier and Lilith like get back together. Cheers ends, and then next thing you know, Frasier is divorced from Lilith, living in Seattle. Retired cop father moves in, who he has a very estranged relationship with at the start. He's got a younger brother, Niles, who is like Frasier's idiosyncrasies notched up to a 10. Like, anything that made Frasier kind of snobby, elitist, all that crap.
Oh, yeah.
Is Frasier times 10 is Niles. And Niles makes Frasier worse. Like, there is Frasier who hung out in the bar. There were times where he was a pretentious jackass. But over the years, he kind of mellowed out.
Oh, yeah. All that Bud Light.
And, like, that's all taken away when he moves back to Seattle and starts hanging out with his brother. He becomes a call-in radio therapist. He has a producer named Roz, and there's all kinds of wacky shenanigans that happen.
So I have a question. I have a hot question for you.
Yes.
Is Frasier Crane like the Dr. Drew Pinsky of his world?
100%.
Ooh, I like it. So hold on. The plot thickens. The Frasier plot thickens. How about in his world, he has like a celebrity rehab type show on VH1.
I could see Frasier having done that. Okay.
He could probably bring on his old friend, Sam Malone.
By the year 2020, Frasier has had a nationally syndicated talk show, okay? On another talk show weekly. He's got YouTube videos. He probably does like the online courses.
You got to go on his website, you pay like $100 and you get like a 6-week course.
Yeah, a PDF of stuff you're supposed to do over the next 6 weeks.
Maybe some videos.
And maybe they have video links to like special videos or something for like whatever he's talking about. He's got a podcast, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It was probably like he's still going. Frasier doesn't like to just like chill out and not really do anything. There's always like something going on.
He's always like working on something. You know, he steps off his national syndicated talk show, and then he goes and shoots like 8 YouTube videos. And then all of a sudden, you know what? He's going to go record his audiobook.
And then, you know what? Frasier Crane has probably appeared on Dancing with the Stars.
Ooh. Ooh, I like this. You know what? I fucking love it. And you know what? I could picture, because Sam Malone was an athlete. He was like a former baseball player on the Red Sox. I could picture him like, you know what? They did like a stunt cast.
Yes.
And they got Sam Malone and Frasier Crane on the same season. And they had like, they were the final two.
Yeah, but they probably didn't know that Frasier but like, okay, imagine if they didn't know that Frasier and Sam were like friends, like best friends at some point.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Ooh.
And they got them. They're like, you've got this prestigious doctor and this former baseball player, and they're like besties on the show. It'd be like Vanilla Ice and Rick Perry.
Yeah, what a time. What a time to be alive in this fake world.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. I want to go to there right now. Take me there. You know, I'm going to close my eyes, click my heels.
But just to make it better, in the year 2020, Frasier's son and grandson move in with him.
Well, how's that going to make it better?
Because wacky shenanigans.
That is true. That is true. You know what? Wacky shenanigans also follow Frasier.
They do.
They're just kind of there. It's a part of his world.
They do big time. And this episode is like classic wacky shenanigans.
Another thing I'd like to point out about Frasier is he originated the role. Kelsey Grammer originated the role in 1984. And Frasier concluded in 2004, so he was the character pretty much nonstop. Maybe there was like a short gap for 20 years.
Yeah.
There was a brief gap between Cheers and Frasier, right? Like maybe like 9 months or something.
Not even. It was like Cheers ended. Frasier picked up that fall.
Oh, was that fall? I thought there was like a little bit of time. I thought they were trying to get Kelsey Grammer to do like something else.
Nope.
And they couldn't like figure something out, so they were like, let's just do Frasier.
No, because you got to think, okay, so Cheers probably finished filming in March. That's generally when these things stop filming, okay? Because then it's pilot season. So maybe they're like, we're like, oh, they're not finding the right script for Kelsey in that time. They're like, let's just do Frasier. Let's do a Frasier spinoff.
I think there was a lot of people doubting it at first, too. They're like, I don't want to see Frasier on his own. Like, he was a good side character. Can he support his own show? And he did.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, he did. It was on the air for 11 years.
A really long time.
Did it outlast Cheers? I think it might have. In terms of longevity.
Cheers was, oh gosh. Why can I not type?
You would have thought this would have been information you would have brought to the table pre-pod, but you know us.
11 seasons for Cheers.
I'm going to say 10 seasons.
I want to say Frasier had one more. 11. No, they both had 11.
You know what? Maybe that's the magic number for Kelsey. He's like, you know what? 11 and done. You know what? 12 is not a good number. Maybe he has like bad luck with 12. Something horrible happened to him when he was 12, so he didn't want to do a 12th season. A few other Kelsey Grammer tidbits I want to mention. After Frasier ended, a few years later, he had that Fox sitcom, Back to You, with him and Patricia Heaton as like newscasters.
Yes.
Good show, great show. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out. It was on Fox, so they don't give anything a chance unless it's fucking American Idol.
They really don't. I just remember that they were like former lovers who had a kid together. He didn't know they had a kid.
They met years later at Channel 7.
They got put together on as the co-anchors, and she's like, oh shit.
Well, here's your daughter.
I love Patricia Heaton.
Yeah, shout out to Patricia Heaton. And then flash forward to last spring, Carol's second act, Patricia Heaton's now canceled follow-up series to The Middle. The final episode, they brought in Kelsey Grammer as Carol's ex-husband, and he becomes like he's
the chief of staff.
The chief of staff, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I just watched this not even 2 weeks ago. I did like a whole binge of Carol's second act.
So had the show been picked up, would he have been on season 3?
Season 2, you mean?
Oh, season 2?
I think so. I think he would have been on season 2. I think we would have gotten more into the whole dynamic, because Carol was kind of finally getting that confidence as a doctor, and people were referring to her as Doctor, whatever the last name was. I can't remember right now. But then in comes her ex-husband, who's also a doctor and shares the same last name.
Ooh. Good stuff.
And there was also the stuff with what's his face? The captain.
Kyle MacLachlan?
Yes, Kyle MacLachlan. There's a romance brewing, and I'm really disappointed in CBS for canceling Carol's second act. I'm really upset with ABC for canceling single parents. So yeah,
just a shitty year for Kat Halstead and her TV faves.
Yeah,
I would say better luck this fall, but I don't think there's anything on.
What's coming up?
We're just gonna watch old Canadian shows that are branded as brand new, but they've been out for years.
CBS is gonna toss on One Day at a Time.
Oh, really? Okay. And then the CW is putting on all those direct to streaming shows. that
Yeah.
like swamp thing.
Is it 1993?
No, this is 2020, girl. This is 2020. All right. So I think that's my Kelsey corner. Any other fun Kelsey Grammer tidbits? He was Beast on the X-Men, Last Stand. That's hot.
Yeah, his daughter was on Greek.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah. Shout out to Greek, that like one season wonder on like Fox Family or something.
It was not one season, it had multiple seasons. It had like 4 seasons.
What? It did? Holy shit.
On Freeform, ABC Family Freeform. And Freeform did us dirty by not giving us the reunion movie they promised, just like they did Young and Hungry dirty by not giving us the reunion movie we were promised for that. So, F you, Freeform.
You know what? They ran out of money. They only got so much money. They wanted to make a fucking Marvel show, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, well, I don't even watch Freeform anymore, because, like, none of it interests me.
You know what? They had to pay for Debbie Mazar on Younger. Costs a lot of money. So it's like, it's either Debbie Mazar or Greek.
I'm pretty sure Freeform didn't do Younger.
Are you sure?
That was TV Land.
Oh, you might be right. I don't know. TV Land putting on a show, like a soap opera with Debbie Mazar is like the wildest concept to me. Like TV Land, the show that used to show like old reruns of like The Adventures of Superman and a fucking like Mr. Ed. Like all of a sudden they have like a primetime soap on that's modern.
Yeah.
It's created by the creator of Sex and the City and 90210 and Melrose Place.
Yeah.
Ooga.
I used to watch Freeform, or not Freeform, TV Land for like the sitcoms like Hot in Cleveland, The X's, stuff like that.
All right. You ready? You ready to get into the Halloween episode of Frasier? You ready for this wild night of television?
Yes, let's get to this.
All right. Take us into this world, Kat Halstead.
It is Halloween. Frasier is trying to do his show, and Roz is like a complete space cadet. Like, he is trying to be like, okay, who's our next caller? And Roz will be like, oh, it's Bill, who's going through a transition on line 2. And Roz connects him to line 2, but Bill isn't on line 2. Dorothy is on line 2, so you hear a woman's voice, and Frasier's like, it seems the transition has already taken place.
And hot scoop, the voice of Dorothy is Cindy Crawford.
Yes.
Wowzers. I can't believe they got her to like call in to this show. Like we don't even see her face. We hear her voice for like 6 seconds. Like, what's the point of getting Cindy Crawford?
This is like a thing they do. Like, there's always like a celebrity voice every episode.
I know, but it's just like, it's wild to me that they just get the voice.
And you don't know who they are until the end of the season when like they put their pictures up on the screen.
I don't think I've ever seen a season finale of Frasier. You know what? I think the last time I saw Frasier was like 1998-ish. So I don't know. And I wasn't like a huge loyal watcher of Frasier. I dipped in.
Yeah, see, I dipped in and out of Frasier. It was never like, oh, I have to watch Frasier.
But you did the hot Frasier rewatch like a few weeks ago, so it's like...
I did my boyfriend kind of like tricked me into it when I was sick with the flu. Like, all of a sudden, Frasier was just always on.
And you're like, here you are, 3 seasons deep, and you're like, wait a second. It's kind of like how I tricked you into doing theme months on the podcast.
Yeah.
I got like 4 theme months in a row out of you.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta make these suggestions when you're on your NyQuil or whatever, or your sleeping pill. That's a time. That's a time to get Kat to do the shows that you want to do.
That's the way to do it.
That's how we're gonna get
me when I'm high as a kite on an antihistamine that's supposed to knock me out.
That's how we're gonna get January Jones January in 2021. We're gonna wash off the sins of 2020 with our gal pal January Jones. Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Not happening.
All right, so our boy Frasier's on the phone.
So Roz is like a mess. Roz looks like she just got out of bed, pulled on some sweat, maybe ran her fingers through her hair. She's just a mess.
I don't even think she even did that.
And she's making all kinds of mistakes. She's normally like put together. She's never this scatterbrained. So Frasier's like, what the hell, man? What's going on with you?
Yeah, Frasier cuts to commercial, and Roz forgets to throw in like the commercial tape. That's back when they had tape decks. They had to like throw them in.
Yeah.
Great time to be alive. Reminds me of the old like Howard Stern show when he'd always be like, all right, can you play tape number AG? And they'd be like, hold on, you'd hear like the tape noise go into the thing. Oh, it's great.
Roz confesses that she thinks she might be pregnant, and she's like, I'm really safe. I always use protection. I always use birth control, but it only works 99 times out of 100, and even I can't beat those odds. Because Roz has no shame, no guilt about how much she enjoys the company of men.
Yeah, you know what? I love it. I stan Roz. I'm a Roz stan.
Yeah.
Queen Roz, that's what I call her.
Yeah.
Roz like ushered in the anti-slut shaming regime, so shout out to her. Shout out to her for bringing it to primetime TV.
Yeah.
You go, girl. You got my vote. Roz for Prez.
Roz was
Prez of the radio station at the Space Needle.
I really enjoyed Roz during my rewatch because she just didn't care really like what other people thought, and it wasn't made as big of a deal as it was like with Murphy Brown or anything.
It was just low key fun with Roz.
It was just how it was.
Perry Gilpin, that's her name. Perry Gilpin. Shout out to Perry Gilpin. What has she been up to lately? Is she on anything?
I think the last thing I saw her on was a Netflix comedy playing one of the Maori girls' mothers.
All right, I'm looking through.
I want to call it Family Reunion.
You're right. She was in one episode. She played Grandma Daphne on a Family Reunion.
Yeah.
She's also done episodes of Why Women Kill, which I think is that CBS show, CBS All Access show. She did episodes of Masters of Sex, 5 episodes of Scorpion. She's in a 2013 episode of Modern Family, and Hot in Cleveland. She's done an episode of Hot in Cleveland. So she's working the strip, but she needs her own vehicle. I think we need a really good Perry Gilpin vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm. We could use one.
Come on, Kelsey Grandma, call up your old girl Perry. Get your girl Perry back on the streets. Get her back on these hot streets, these hot TV streets. Because you know what? We're itching for something new. We're itching for a fun new comedy because they canceled all Kat's favorite comedies.
Yeah, they keep canceling all my stuff.
Ugh.
That's why I've been rewatching Young and Hungry on Netflix.
Yeah, you're hungry for more. That's all I gotta say. Just like Roz is hungry for sex, and unfortunately, it doesn't pan out for her. She's a little worried. She's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Period came a little late last week.
It didn't come.
Yeah, sorry. Well, you know what? She's like, it's late. It's a little bit late. You normally get it by now. I'm always on time. I'm always like spot on. I put my little like red dot on my calendar, on my day planner, and it's usually within 24 hours of that date. But hold on. I said it was going to be Sunday. It's now Wednesday. She's gone to the Dollar Tree. She's picked up a couple of those like little like pee on a stick tests.
Yeah.
That you buy. Maybe she got like positive on one, negative on the other, and she's like, you know what? I need to go to the doctor's and pee in a cup. It's time to pee in a cup.
It's time for the doctor to give me the exact same test as that I took at the Dollar Tree.
Right? But you know her. Anyway, for some reason, the results are a little slower at the doctor's office. So we'll call you tomorrow with the results.
Yeah, they have to call you because it has to go out to the lab.
Yeah, we gotta ship it out.
Has to go to a lab where some guy is actually just gonna put the little stick of the paper in.
Yeah.
Wait the 30 seconds or whatever, and then be like, okay. Check it, like, write the results down, and then, like, fax them back to the doctor's office.
Yeah, and then the doctor's gonna get the call. He's gonna make the call at, like, 11:30 at night, on the night that they're having the Halloween party.
Yeah, for real.
And he leaves it on the voicemail, like, because she's not even, because she's not at home, so this is, like, pre-cell phones for the most part. So we're kind of getting ahead, but sorry, but
yeah, like
we'll get to it.
So Roz thinks she's pregnant, and she confides in Frasier, and that's all good and well. Like, whatever. Big deal. He's like, we'll still come to the party tonight. You know, it's for the library. It's a fundraiser, you know, you get to dress up. She's like, I did rent a costume. And that's like such a TV sitcom character thing, renting the costume.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that same exact thing. Like, I know, like, in the city I've seen, like, actual costume stores, but I think they're expensive, so you rent them, right?
When I lived in Minnesota, there was a costume shop. It was open year-round in this small-ass fucking town. Was it
a drug front?
You would go in there to rent costumes.
Like, other than Halloween, like, let's say it's, like, May 15th. Like, what do you need a fucking, I don't know, a Thumbelina costume for on May 15th?
I don't know. That's, like, what confuses me. Like, I understand in, like, the city, I can see it being, like, a thing throughout the year.
Yeah. I mean, like, New York City, don't they have those, like, those shops, like, off-Broadway that sell, like, the old Broadway costumes? So, like, you know, you can dress up like fucking...
Yeah, stuff like that.
I don't know, fucking Grease characters if you want, randomly, or cats. You can dress up like cats.
Yeah, like, I could kind of understand that, but, like... I just don't know, like, why you're all, like, do you have to have an elaborate costume like that for one night?
They were selling drugs, Cat Hall said, the author. They were selling fucking drugs.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
And you know what? They need to run the money through a legitimate need, so they do it at a costume shop. You know, during actual Halloween, people actually go in there and they're like, "Oh fuck,
Yeah.
we need to hire staff now." But for the rest of the year, it's just a store that's like it's only open for like 4 hours every day. They just have some lady standing there. It's just like it's the fucking drug runner's fucking grandma, though.
Yeah.
Bamboozles his mother into fucking running his fucking front for him. And, you know, she's probably like really into it. She's like, "Oh, Thumbelina, little girl came in looking for Thumbelina today. He was so cute. I got pictures on my Polaroid. You want to see them?" And he's like, "All right."
Yeah. So Niles is hosting this gala, Halloween costume gala to fundraise for the library. So
you have to dress up as like a book character.
During the party, I don't know how he was raising money unless he like sold tickets to it.
That's what I figured.
But there's like nobody taking tickets.
It seems like anybody could just show up, unless there's like a red velvet out front.
Yeah,
there's like a little like velvet rope out front. You gotta.
Yeah,
we don't see that.
But Niles's penthouse is like freaking huge. It doesn't look like it from the parts we see, but it's got like multiple rooms. Like, the kitchen's tiny as hell, but, like, it's got all these rooms throughout. We just see, like, the living room and the stairs that lead up to the next part.
Classic sitcom thing where we never see, like, the second floor hallway. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I stand. I always wonder what the Married Children's house looks like in the hallway. Oh, hold on. Someone's calling to tell us that they also want to see the Bundy's hallway.
Dear Meghan Markle, I told you not to call here.
Did Meghan Markle call you to tell you to vote?
I don't want you to tell me to vote. I'm already voting, you dumb bitch.
Like, is it just a recording, or is she actually, like, just fucking blind dialing numbers?
She's cold calling people to tell them to vote. I'm just trying to imagine her trying to work the dial system on something like this.
I feel like, you know what? Before she was a fucking duchess, whatever the fuck she is, she was just a regular old girl.
Yeah, she was a girl who was pretending to be her own publicist.
Yeah, so she knows how to do this shit. She's got it down. She can work a fucking phone system. Complicated phone system that has a lot of buttons.
I don't know. You would think people could work these, but it's amazing how much trouble people have with it.
I'm not gonna lie. Any, like, office job I had that involves, like, phones and phone system, I'm always like, how do I fucking use this thing? How do I fucking put a call on hold?
Yeah.
How do I send the call to my neighbor? How do I, like, answer how do I how do I get my voicemail? Like, it asks for a password. I'm like, I don't fucking know the password.
Oh, yeah, like, we just got a phone at our desk. Like, we literally just got an extension at our desk on the floor.
Ooh, look at you guys.
And we're like, there's like voicemails probably from like pre-pandemic on there that nobody knows how to get. We don't even know why there's voicemails there. There's no reason to leave a voicemail on that extension.
Well, someone did. Someone left a hot message. Maybe it's Meghan Markle.
Yeah, but we'll also, like, there are people who will, like, just pick a random extension.
Oh.
And, like, not know how to get to, like, who they're supposed to call.
I mean, sometimes you have, like, a list, and it's like, you gotta call, like, 8198, but your finger slips and you hit 8199, and then it's like, I don't know, you get that random phone. So that's probably what it is. That's probably why you have crazy messages.
Yeah, it's not even that complicated. It's like 200.
Diane, someone was expected to call Diane from HR, but they slipped and called fucking the extra phone. Kat's got 11 voicemails that she doesn't know what to do with. One of them may or may not be Meghan Markle telling you to get tested for the coronavirus. Who knows?
We're like, we don't know what to do with these. Oh my god. So, before the party, Frasier is, like, picking up costumes and bringing them home. Or, no. Niles is dropping off a costume for his dad.
Yes.
But he couldn't find, like, the right stuff to do Sherlock Holmes. So he's like, you can be Detective Whimsy. And his dad is like, are you high? Are you high? No.
All right.
No.
I love the dad, John Mahoney. He's the fucking best.
Oh,
he just makes this show so much better. Like, it gets to a point, like, sometimes you're like, all right, I'm kind of over this. And then all of a sudden, like, the dad pops in. And you're like, God, this is fucking great. I fucking love him. But
yes.
R.I.P. to our boy, John Mahoney. He passed away in 2018. We mourn him. This one's for you. I'm going to pour my lemon lime seltzer on the floor and have my dog lick it up just for you.
Oh, my God.
My boy. All right.
So he's like, I'm just going to wear my old cop uniform. I'm not going to be like somebody named Detective Whimsy.
Yeah.
Because apparently they all have to be like literary characters.
Yeah, they have a hot theme. That's like the Like, you can't show up as...
And in all honesty, I don't think I know who half of them were supposed to be, because it was like,
I felt
who?
I felt like they just put on like Emily Bronte fucking era attire.
Yeah.
And just went with it, you know, like oh, I'm fucking from I don't know, Wuthering Heights or something. And they're gonna be like, okay, like I would, like, you could just say it, I'm like Stephanie from Wuthering Heights. I'm like, oh, there's a Stephanie in Wuthering Heights, and they're like, yeah, she was on page 11. I'm like, oh yeah, Stephanie, okay.
Oh yeah, like,
I'm Laura Ingalls Wilder.
I have like no clue exactly who Roz is supposed to be. I'm not sure I want to know.
Oh, I looked this up. So Roz, basically, she shows up. She's wearing like, I don't know, like a trench coat, like an overcoat, because it's probably cold in Seattle. It's raining.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to get wet. And like Niles was like, oh, you're supposed to dress as a literary character. And she's like, I did. And she pops off the trench coat. She's wearing this like short, really short leather mini skirt, very like S&M looking.
Yeah.
And she said she was playing the character of O from the book O,
Yeah.
which I looked it up, was some kind of like 1950s like erotic French novel.
Okay.
That was very scandalous for many years, and I never heard of it. I don't know. This is before my time.
Oh, she's dressed as the love slave.
I got the only scandalous book I know from the 50s is fucking Peyton Place. And I've never even read it. I just know of it.
Yeah.
Like, has anyone ever our age actually read Peyton Place? I don't think so. Who knows?
I don't know.
If anyone is listening to this podcast, you're between the ages of 25 and 30, roughly our age, please tweet us at Very Podcast and tell us if you've read Peyton Place. And we're really not that young. We're actually older than that, but I just, you know.
I'm like,
we're pushing...
I'm like, just because I look 25.
We're pushing a new decade, and we're not here for it.
We're not going to talk about that.
Shout out to... You know what? We're aging backwards now.
Yeah.
We're aging backwards. That's why Kat's doing a lot of face masks. I'm putting a lot of serum on my face. A lot of serum.
Yes.
Trying to look younger. Shout out to Debbie Mazar from...
Yes. I mean, I feel like out of the books I've read in the past decade, the oldest ones are probably from the 70s.
Yeah, you're out there reading a V.C. Andrews.
And those were like Judith Krantz and Jackie Collins type stuff.
That's all you fucking read, girl. That's all you fucking read.
That's not all I read.
You know what? There should be a drinking game on the podcast. Anytime you say Jackie Collins or Judith Krantz, like, you gotta take a shot.
Whatever.
All right. So we're at the party. And
Well, no, they haven't gone to the party yet, because there's this little thing where apparently the dad, Frasier, and Daphne were all supposed to go to a microbrew together. Eddie, the dog, had rolled around in some like poison oak.
Yes.
So the dad didn't go. So it was just Frasier and Daphne, and they're looking at the pictures. And Niles gets insanely jealous.
Yeah, because he has the huts for Daphne. Like, Daphne's his OTP. He's like, shit. But like, Frasier's not even interested in Daphne, but for some reason in this episode there's like a weird looming like jealousy for some reason that comes out of nowhere.
Well, because they went alone, they shared a motel room, so Niles is thinking the worst. And he later keeps hearing the wrong parts of conversation.
Oh yeah, they had to go away.
Yes.
This microbrewery was not in Seattle. No, this was like out of town. They had to like go, like hop on a fucking. It's probably like in Portland.
No, it was probably like somewhere that's close to drive, but because they drank so much at the brewery, they were like, let's just get a motel room for the night.
Oh yeah, you know what? That was it. Actually, Daphne did say that. You know what? Shout out to Daphne and Frasier for inventing craft beer.
Well, like on Cheers, they always encouraged the designated driver.
Oh, okay, good to know.
So this is like kind of brought over from Cheers.
Ooh, yeah, callback. All right, so Niles is kind of like, whoa, like what's going on between these two?
Yes.
They were together drunk?
So Niles has this in his head that Daphne and Frasier spent the night. So throughout this ridiculous party, everybody's just getting little bits and pieces of information. Daphne is wearing false eyelashes, which I myself never wear because I cannot even, the thought of gluing something to my eyelid, no. Even though they have magnetic ones now. That's what Daphne needed. Because she was like allergic to the glue and crying.
I want to point out, the way that Daphne says adhesive is adorable, by the way.
Oh, yes.
In her little British accent. It is so adorable. I want to like get a soundbite of that. We have to remind me.
I love Jade.
Remind me to get a Daphne soundbite.
Well, you'll remember when you hear this back.
Well,
and there's all the parts that I told you to cut out.
That is true. Like what? What part did you tell me to cut out? The Dream Man part?
You'll find out when you listen to my side.
Is it when we froze? Is it there that brief moment of frozen audio?
Yes.
All right. Looking forward to it.
These silly lashes are killing my eyes. I must be allergic to the adhesive.
So, Daphne's got, like, the glue was irritating her eye to where her eye is welling up, so she keeps, like, dabbing it with, like, a napkin or a tissue. So Niles thinks, like, something is wrong, and he refuses to believe that even though she tells him it's the eyelash adhesive, it's he believes that something's wrong, and, like, he hears bits and pieces of, like, Frasier and Daphne talking and assumes that something happened while they were at the microbrew, and then he hears, like, Daphne and Roz talking, and then Frasier and Daphne talking again about Roz, but he doesn't know what's about Roz possibly being pregnant, and it's the whole, like, he said, she said, I heard you say this to this person type thing, shenanigans, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's that classic comedy trope. So basically what happens is Roz comes into the party, and like shortly after she bumps into Daphne, and she apologizes for being late. She's like, I had an accident is what she calls it, which is her potential being pregnant. And she kind of like walks away to check her voicemail to see if the doctor called her. And so Daphne's like, oh, like thinking about it, like, I feel so bad for Roz, like I've been in so many accidents. Like I've had so many accidents also. And that's like kind of like when Frasier like just kind of like dips back into the conversation, and she's talking about all the times that like sometimes, she goes out, especially back in the London days when she's out there with all the hooligans, they get like a little tipsy, and all of a sudden, they would get into an accident with her, and he's thinking like, oh my God, like Daphne's gone through the same thing that Roz is going through. Like, I didn't know Daphne and Roz were similar types. So he's kind of like, whoa, kind of misconstrued this whole thing.
Like, hold up.
Frasier does bring Daphne into the kitchen because he wants to like have a sit down private talk with her about it. And like they're talking about the accident. I think Frasier still thinks like she, had an incident before.
And Daphne's literally talking about a car accident.
But like Niles is about to go into the kitchen to like interject, and he like opens the door a little bit, and he's kind of doing that like Mr. Furley thing where Mr. Furley hears like where Jack, like Suzanne's like, put it in me, Jack, and he's like, all right. It's kind of like that kind of conversation.
Yes.
He thinks now that Daphne's pregnant, Frasier got her pregnant, and it's like, so now he's pissed, and he just starts like doing shots with all his like literary buddies.
Yeah.
He's getting a little tipsy, he's getting those bud balls, he's getting a little like cocky. But then, like, the rumor just keeps, like, swirling around the party. So, like, now somehow, like, Roz finds out that Daphne knows.
Yeah.
Martin Crane, Frasier and Niles' dad, like, he, like, walks in at the end of the conversation. So he's like, wait, you're pregnant? And so it's just kind of all over the place now.
And, like, then Roz is constantly going to check her voicemail. She's going every, like, 15 minutes to see if the doctor has called. And the last time she goes, like, it starts to, like, blow up on the party floor.
Yes, because Niles is pissed drunk.
Because Niles thinks Frasier has knocked up Daphne, and he's like, how dare you? I'm going to marry her. And it's like, dude, you're still married to Maris.
Yeah, he's going to go propose to her at the party. He approaches Daphne, and he's like down on his knee, and he's like, I know that my brother won't be there for you, but I'll be there for your child. Daphne, will you marry me? And she's like, child? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what?
Yeah.
And he's like, you're pregnant, right? And she's like, no, I'm not pregnant. She's like, I've never been pregnant and even close to being pregnant. And then like Frasier's like, what do you mean? He's like, you were just telling me that you were going through the same thing that Roz is going through right now. And they're like, what's Roz going through right now? He's like, she's pregnant. Oh, she thinks she's pregnant. And that's when Roz like steps down and everyone hears it. And she's like, I don't think I'm pregnant. I just found out I am. And poof, like the episode closes, like it comes to like a fast hot end. Well, it's like a two-parter, right?
I think so. I think it picks up the next episode. I didn't stay to watch it the next episode today.
Yeah, I didn't sit around for it either. I kind of like looked into it. It just deals with like the fallout, and like she goes to the doctor and stuff and all this stuff. But
so where did you watch the episode today?
On Hulu. Trusty old Hulu.
Really? You watched it on Hulu? I went to Peacock.
I forgot it's on Peacock. Yeah, good times. Good times. Ooh, good to know. Our audience now knows.
Yeah.
We have dueling TV watching sources.
I mean, I'm looking at my smart TV is up right now, and it has like streaming services that we use: Netflix, Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, CBS All Access, YouTube. And then Tubi.
Tubi never works for me for some reason. I don't really understand why. Like, it always like freezes on me.
Oh, really?
I'd like to watch it because I always like the menu like has some pretty good stuff on there, but I don't know, it just never works.
Yeah, that if my boyfriend pulls that up, I know I'm in for an afternoon of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
All right, you want to hear some hot Frasier tidbits?
Yes.
All right, there's one episode of Cheers that Frasier mentions that his father was a research scientist and that he had passed away. The people who went on to make, they weren't directly involved with Cheers, so they did not realize that was the case, and so they just kind of like, they already like wrote the script, and they had to just like retcon the character's backstory.
Well, it was that, you know, they were very, there's a lot of animosity between the dad and Frasier early on. Like, the first episode, it was hard to watch because, like, Frasier and his dad did not get along. Like, he went to drop in, and, it was awkward. He's like, oh, now you come to see me? You've been here for how long? And all this kind of stuff, so.
They resolved that little discrepancy in a second season episode of Frasier where he reveals that he had lied to the Cheers gang earlier about his father. I guess he was like embarrassed of him or something.
Is that when Woody comes to visit?
Possibly? I don't know. I don't have the exact info.
I feel like that's when Woody came to visit because he's like, wait, you told us your dad was dead.
Hot scoop, Lisa Kudrow was originally cast for the role of Roz, but during rehearsals, the producers decided they needed someone who could appear more assertive in her job, and apparently Kudrow does not look assertive enough. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that world where Lisa Kudrow was Roz?
I can't. I know she was up for the role, but it just, like, I can't see her as Roz.
I don't think it would have worked out, but who knows? Like, it might have. Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Also, the cast had an unusual amount of freedom to suggest changes to the script. And they would sometimes even make changes based on the reaction of the studio audience. So, Ooga. So good to know. Good to know. So I kind of like it. I kind of dig it. I kind of dig its vibe. Anyway, in 2019, Kelsey Grammer has said that he's recently hatched a plan for a Frasier reboot, and it was alleged to air at some point in 2020. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, though. I don't know, but who knows? And with the exception of Rebecca Howe, Kirstie Alley, all of the surviving main regular cast members of Cheers made appearances on Frasier.
Yep.
And Lilith, Bebe Nerwith, was the only one to become a recurring character, appearing in a total of 12 episodes throughout the series run.
Lilith is a queen, and she put up with a lot of crap, and people underestimate Lilith.
Yes. Shout out to Lilith, friend of the show. Call us, tweet us. Tell us what it's like being married to Frasier Crane. Was it crazy? I can't remember, did Lilith and Roz get along? I feel like they would. I feel like they kind of like...
Everybody was kind of, like, afraid of Lilith.
I mean, yeah, she is kind of scary. Let's be real.
Don't recall
She's dangerous.
very much interaction between Roz and Lilith at all, actually. Like, maybe once in a while.
If anyone out there knows a good Lilith Roz pair up, send us a hot tweet at Frasier Podcast. Tell us which episode. Maybe we'll go back and watch it. Maybe we'll do it for a feature up when we do Baby Nerwith month here at the pod.
Oh my goodness.
I want to know. On a scale of 1 out of 5, O from the book O, how many O from the book O's would you give this episode?
I give it a 3.
3? Yeah, I'm going to give it a similar score.
Okay. It's like classic sitcom-y. There's nothing like outstanding about it, but it's also, at the end of it, it's not very Halloween-y. They're just like in costumes doing what they would do in regular clothes.
Yeah, this could have just been like a Thanksgiving dinner. You could have just thrown that in there. Like, it wouldn't even matter if that was a Halloween party.
Exactly. Like, it could have taken place at a Thanksgiving, a Christmas, whatever charity event Niles had to throw that week or whatever. You know, it just happened to be Halloween. It wasn't like, oh, hey, it's Halloween. Martin loves Halloween like he does. You know what I mean? It was just kind of there.
Like, episode 3 just happened to line up October 28th, and they're like, all right, I guess we got to do a Halloween episode. You know what? The writers...
Yeah, it's probably like a note from the network, hey, guys, you got to do something Halloween-y.
Yeah, the writers are probably like, fuck, we don't want to do it, so they just, I don't know.
We're going to do like a night of scares or something.
I mean, a pregnancy scare is pretty scary. Am I real?
They are.
Any last minute thoughts on Frasier, on Niles, on Maris, on John Mahoney?
Maris is terrifying, and that's why you never see her.
Yep, she kind of gets the,
Ever.
What's her name from,
Vera.
Vera from Cheers, Norm's wife.
There was, like, originally I think there were plans to actually bring in Maris, but they just kind of...
The description of Maris is never the same from episode to episode. So, like, it'd be impossible to find an actress that could fill that
No, it's not.
role.
Well, plus, and then there's, like, the one part where tonight in this episode, Niles is like, you have 37 wigs.
Pick one.
Go down to the wig vault.
Yeah, the wig vault. Shout out to the wig vault.
You know, it's not like people don't know you wear a wig.
I'm a good big wig fan.
Niles is an ass.
Yeah.
I don't know why Daphne gives in to him. Like, watching it this last year, I was kind of like, this is really creepy the way Niles, like, chases after Daphne.
It went on for a long time, too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, many, many years.
Like, it really dragged on. I was like, oh my god, end this.
Were we in or out of high school when Daphne finally gave in to Niles?
College years.
Okay, I knew it was, like, way late in the series. I kind of remember, like, weddings near the end or something.
I remember being in college, in my college apartment, in the Anasazi, so it was at least my junior year of college, watching Daphne and Niles, like, run off together.
Dials or Daphne? What's the team-up name?
I have no clue. I don't want to know.
I'm gonna go Dials.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know I hate ship names. I hate them with a passion.
Really?
Because they end up being, like, stupid names 90% of the time. And it's like, God.
I kind of like Dials. I'll go Dials.
So.
Dials Nation out there. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, my last minute thought on Frasier is I wish I watched it a lot more when I was younger. And I'm gonna just go back to episode 1. You know what? Maybe I might even go the cat route. I might even go the cat route and do like the full like Cheers rewatch and take like a hot break and then come in and do the Frasier thing. And
yeah,
I don't know. We can meet at the end. We can meet in 10 years. So that's how long it'll take me. We can finally talk about it. You got through it in like weeks. It's gonna take me like forever.
Okay, I want to remind you though that like when we did the Frasier, like it took months to get through Cheers.
And then when you did Frasier, you were sick.
But that like for Frasier, it took a little longer. But I also had that terrible flu.
Yeah, she had the pre-COVID.
Yeah, I had the flu that was pre-COVID.
I'm excited about next week. We're finally dipping out of Halloween. Here comes the booze. It's ending. As is tradition, we're going to slip into a dream sequence episode.
Ooh la la.
We always come out of Halloween with a fantasy. All right, what are we doing, Cat? Also the author. This was a cat pick. Cat picked this one because I was like struggling to come up with something. And this is a show we've done a few times before. We've dipped into this well. We've dranketh its cup.
I love this universe.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I fangirl every time we do a show from this universe.
And you always manage to bring this up somehow in like many episodes.
We are doing Boy Meets World, where Corey goes back in time.
Yes, to the 50s or something, right? Where he pictures like him and Topanga, like a 50s couple. They're like, I don't know, Ozzy and Harriet or something.
No, They think he's a Russian spy, and it's the Cold War, and Potsy is there.
I've never actually seen this episode, so I don't know. We'll find out.
You are in for a treat, my friend.
You're gonna get like a 3 a.m. like what the fuck DM from me. Like whenever we do something like really weird.
How is that different from like most of our time?
I mean, like this episode, you didn't get a 3 a.m. like what the fuck DM from me because you know it's pretty much like average.
No, I'm pretty sure we both just watched this episode this morning, like 20 minutes before we recorded.
Sorta. I was up like early. I did like a few of my morning things, and then I threw it on at like 10 a.m. You were probably still sleeping, but you totally watched it. Then you messaged me. I'm like, all right, I'll be ready whenever you are. I'm like, all right, give me a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna watch it last night, but I didn't get around to it, so
it's all right.
I watched Charlie's Angels instead.
Ooh, the movie or the show?
The movie.
Okay, the new one or like the classic Lisi Liu?
The classic.
Shout out to you. All right.
No, if my boyfriend had put on the new one, we would not be talking right now.
That would be on the road.
Why are you putting on that Kristen Stewart trash?
Shout out to Kristen Stewart. Shout out to our trash. I can only imagine what's in there. All right. Where can you follow our wild-ass adventures, Cat? Said the author. Where can you follow us?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept imitations from guys named Lasagna.
You can also catch us on Amazon Podcasts. Yeah, they have a new podcast section. And they have a hot new app. It's actually pretty crisp, right? I showed you a screenshot of it. You were like, it looks like Podcast Addict.
Yeah, you showed me a screenshot.
Yeah, so you know what? Download that. Listen to us on there. Maybe give us a star. I don't know. They do reviews on there. Also, sign up for our Patreon, baby. Go to link in the show notes, or you can go to patreon.com/very special podcast. We got some hot stuff coming your way. We have some hot stuff already on there.
Yep.
And as always, girl, as always,
bye.
Watch the skies for the space eagle in Seattle.
Oh.
You're like unimpressed.